cousin, who you chillin' with?
I'm chillin' with MONIE.
Hey cousin, who you chillin' with?
I'm chillin' with MONIE.
Hey cousin, who you chillin' with?
I'm chillin' with MONIE.
Hey cousin, who you chillin' with?
I'm chillin' with MONIE.
Hey cousin, who you chillin' with?
I'm chillin' with MONIE.
Hey cousin, who you chillin' with?
I'm chillin' with MONIE.
Hey cousin, who you chillin' with?
I'm chillin' with MONIE.
Hey cousin, who you chillin' with?
I'm chillin' with MONIE.
Hey cousin, who you chillin' with?
I'm chillin' with MONIE.
Hey cousin, who you chillin' with?
I'm chillin' with MONIE.
Hey cousin, who you chillin' with?
I'm chillin' with MONIE.
Hey cousin, who you chillin' with?
I'm chillin' with MONIE.
Hey cousin, who you chillin' with?
I'm chillin' with MONIE.
Hey cousin, who you chillin' with?
I'm chillin' with MONIE.
Hey cousin, who you?
Hey cousins, what's up? How's everybody doing? What y'all got going on right now? What's up, Kwani? What's up? Hey, Kaylani. What's up? As you come in, please do me a favor and like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed. Well, you wouldn't be able to comment if you weren't subscribed, but like the video, share the video, let everybody else know that we live. How's everybody feeling on this beautiful Saturday? My morning been a little bit hectic, but we here. You know, we getting through it. What Kaylani say? There's not enough people giving a reaction to Wale's latest album. For me, the album is great. Yeah, Wale put out a good album. Wale definitely put out a good album. I don't know why people aren't flocking to it. You know, the people who claim they like hip hop. I tried to do my little part. I mean, I didn't react to the album, but I did give a review of the album in one of my videos. But yeah, the people who claim to be, you know, hip hop champions, I don't think they react to it. You know, the big dogs. Uh, yeah, it's very interesting. I guess they only react to things that's trending, I guess. Yeah, Wale should have got some reactions from the so-called quote unquote big dogs. What up, April? I have to do one. Yeah, people should definitely show Wale some love. What's up, Q? How's it going? Hey, Demi. Y'all heard her right. Hit that like button. Definitely hit that like button for me if you can. What's up, Nash? I just had my lunch already, cousin. What you have for lunch? I haven't had any lunch. I'm hungry though. I don't know what I want to eat. What's up, Wayne? How's it going? Hey, Regal Love. What's up, cousin? Kiana. Tiffany in the building. What's up? What's up? Hey, Avery. Layla. But I wanted to come on here real quick and Moni, what's up? What's going on? I wanted to come on here and talk to y'all real quick. To see how y'all feeling about this Wale interview. If any of y'all even watched it. Do y'all remember when Lil Durk put pressure on the game in the club? The game is always into some unnecessary shit. Like, how are you at your big age beefing with Little Dirk? And you're beefing with Little Dirk because of freaking um Tyga of all people. Like, and you know what's funny that you bring that up, because now that I'm thinking about it, is because he started beefing with Tyga because he said something to the sorts of that if you have beef with someone on the West Coast, it's basically his duty to represent for the West Coast. Ain't that funny that he said that? That he is standing on the side of Tyga because Tyga is from the West Coast. The game is just so full of shit. He is so full of shit because when a certain somebody from the West Coast who was going at it with somebody, you chose the other side. But that's just another example of the game being a fucking weirdo. That's all that is. Just another example of this man being a weirdo. But anyway, like I said, I wanted to come on here and talk to y'all about this Wale interview that he just did with what's this channel? Boardroom Talks. And Wale is basically talking about the blog era because, you know, in hip hop always has an era, right? You had like the founding era, the golden age era, the coastal war, I guess, East Coast, West Coast era, which then kind of transitioned into the commercial era. Then we had what came after that? I think we had like the mixtape era, and eventually the blog era started, which is a period a lot of people like to argue was the most talented generation hip hop has ever seen, as far as like their pen goes, the type of music they made. And I mean, whether you agree with that or not, that's like really up to you. Like, that's your choice or not. But that's what people say. And after that era, I think we had like trap, SoundCloud, the social media and algorithm era, which is like the little babies and of the world and shit like that. And now hip hop is fragile right now. Like, can we agree that hip hop is really in a fragile state right now, or a fragile transition? Like, the culture is still trying to recover from what the fuck Drake and Kendrick just got finished doing. And it's almost like there's a fight for hip hop's soul. Hip hop soul is basically on the line right now. But like I said, let's go back to the blog era, because a lot of people still romanticize it. They can't let it go. And I get why they can't let it go, because it was such a good time. And Wale is reflecting on that era, and he's talking about the camaraderie that there was between him and all of the other rappers of that era. So I wanted to get y'all's opinion on that. Um, Yeah, let me play this video.
Bro, it's a travesty for real that a lot of the blog era, a lot of us was so competitive that we don't even have like a digital footprint together as far as like songs together as much as you would think.
Right.
Like everybody was so cool, bro. Like I remember Schoolboy Q and Kendrick used to like prank call me, like they on their tour bus, I'm on mine, we both on the road. Like everybody was just so cool, and like it was just like carefree a little bit. Like, you know, life happens, and I'm saying, like, but it's like I just wish it was like the camaraderie that we had at first. I wish it like kind of stayed like that. Like in another universe, this could have went a completely different way.
You talk to Sean still?
Yeah, Big Sean's my man. Yeah.
So, like he's saying, like that early 2010s era, when can we say like the blog era started? Like 2008, I guess. Yeah, I think so. Like the internet basically was elevating a brand new class of rappers simultaneously. Like we had Big Sean, we had J. Cole, Drake, Kid Cudi, Wiz Khalifa, Wale, Kendrick, Mac Miller. There was a lot of rappers being ushered in, and they were all grinding together, touring together and evolving together. And genuinely, I do genuinely think that a lot of them were friends and they did get along with each other. Um yeah, that era, yeah, okay, that's I think that's good. 2008, 2013. Yeah, that makes the most sense. Yeah, those years I would say reshaped hip hop, and that had a lot to do with like websites, like Tumblr was really popping. Dat MySpace, Hot New Hip Hop. Um, and artists could just go directly to social media and just upload their music to fans. They didn't really need the radio back then. They didn't need the labels and the industry gatekeepers to push them. It was it was literally like a DIY movement that shifted that era, and it kind of paved the way for the streaming era. But yeah, those people all came up through that era, and Wale was basically right in the center of it. I think like a couple more minutes into this clip, he talks about how um he was the leader and he was ahead of Drake at one point, and that's another conversation I think people should have, because Wale don't really be getting his flowers. um I don't know if I would 100% say that Wale was leading the pack, but I would listen to someone saying that he was um around like 2008, I guess. But basically Wale is saying in this is that the competition, the egos, the inner circles, and the business side eventually fractured relationships. He literally says in another universe, the block era could have gone completely different. And when you look at the narratives or the comment section, people are blaming the controlverse, executives, competition or the lack of real competition, or just life. And I think everybody has a point. I think everybody has a point of where they think everything went wrong. Like, yes, the block era had camaraderie. These people were grinding together, but once labels got involved, once numbers and brand value like entered the chat, and once certain artists realized others were pulling ahead of them, a certain someone or two was feeling like that. All of that warm creative energy and all of that buddy shit turned into resentment and fear, and they started distancing themselves from each other. Like it stopped being let's come up together and became let me protect my image and my positioning in whatever it is that I had going on. There was a certain one or two people who felt like that. They were happy with whatever was going on as long as they were at the forefront and they didn't have to prove themselves. Is what I think kind of hurt things. Like people talk about competition from this era, but a lot of these motherfuckers didn't really want to be competitive. They didn't want to be competitive. They ran from competition, I think. And a lot of people fall back on that control narrative. That's the big elephant in the room, I guess you can say. And people act like Kendrick just woke up one day and he decided to just choose chaos for no reason. But if we're going to tell the full story, let's tell the full story, right? Control was a response. It wasn't just him coming out of nowhere and calling people out. Control was a response. And why people can't acknowledge that, I don't know. They don't want to believe that's where it started at, but it is. It was a direct response to the Jodeci freestyle by Drake and J. Cole. Both of these niggas took subliminal shots because they were upset with the MTV's hottest MC list. Kendrick was ranked number 1. I think Drake was number 5, and J. Cole didn't even make the list. They felt the way about that. They took shots at him. Subliminally, everybody knew who they were talking about. They get on these records and they take shots and they talk about, oh, I'm the best. No one is better than me. So Kendrick said, oh, you're talking about competition. I bet. Let's compare. Y'all want to send shots, but I'm going to just say you niggas' names and I'm going to stand on it. That was the difference between J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick. They wanted to send subliminals. He didn't care to say their names. That's what you call hip hop. He wasn't doing it to be malice. Y'all were doing it to be malice. Y'all didn't have good intention throwing those shots. But he said, let's rap. If y'all the best, prove it. Suddenly the same people who subbing him are offended at Control. How you go from throwing shots at somebody and then being offended because somebody said your name? You know how pussy you are? You know how scary you are? Drake took his frustrations to interviews. He's complaining in interviews. He's saying, oh, those were harsh words. Oh, he's upset because it ruined his album rollout. Fuck your album rollout. Cole tried to downplay it, but eventually he admitted he was bothered too. And then him and Kendrick had a talk face to face. Somebody ended up getting their ass whooped in the process, but they had a face to face conversation. Now the relationships are fucked up. There's no more joint projects. There's no more features. The collabs disappeared because niggas was just claiming the crown. And when it was time to prove why you deserve the crown, everybody else tucked their tail. It's really hard to stand in the ring when someone is calling your bluff and their bluff got called. And let's be honest though, there's like this big pattern when it comes to Drake and J. Cole specifically. Anytime there's a fracture in hip hop in these relationships, somehow Drake or J. Cole is right there in the middle of it. Every single time. Every single time when you think about it. Wale and J. Cole were cool until False Prophets dropped. J. Cole and his fans claim it's not about Wale, but Wale felt it was about him. Kendrick and Drake were kind of cool, went on tour together. Then Drake became insecure. Kendrick and J. Cole were cool until the competition got too real. Drake and BigSean were cool, I guess, until Drake started stealing his flow. Drake and Meek Mill were cool as well too. But then we seen how that happened. Like those two biracials, they stay in the middle of some shit. They are always in the middle of some shit. And I just hate the fact that nobody calls it out. It's always them two at the scene of a fucking crime. But they always somehow manage to paint themselves to be victims. Everybody want to be the king until it's time to actually be the fucking king. Niggas start having realizations that, oh, he might smoke me creatively. I don't want to be cool no more. Kendrick has around this time has always tried to keep it rap. He just felt like he was better than all of y'all. And rightfully so, because he is better than all of y'all. When y'all came at him, he responded in rap. No crying, no going in interviews, no victimhood, no passive aggressiveness. It's just always you two niggas. Always y'all two. The two biracials. The two niggas with the white mamas. Another thing that I love too is like Drake was the first person to officially like take a shot on wax outside of like the Jodeci freestyle on the language. Is the language just was on Nothing Was the Same. The irony in that is that nothing really was the same after that. Nothing was the same for the Block era. That early energy, the friendships, the touring, the shared hunger, the collaborations, all that shit gone. The Block era did not die because of one verse, and I'm just tired of people using that narrative. It didn't just die because of executives. It didn't just die because of competition. It died because too many people wanted the crown, but not enough people were willing to stand in the ring and prove that they deserved it. Fear killed the Blog era. Fear killed it. Insecurity killed it. Ego killed it. Wale was not wrong. In another universe, the Block era could have gone a completely different way. But when certain artists choose branding over sharpening their pen, labels over legacy, and victimhood over competition, the camaraderie evaporated quickly. And hip hop has been trying to recover ever since. At the end of the day, that's how I see it. You niggas was scared of competition. You niggas was scared to actually get in the booth and push your pen. And the two other artists that the labels did push, they didn't want to go back and forth. They just wanted to have the crown given to them. Get that soft shit out of here. Y'all are soft. And then y'all blame the dude who tries to keep the hip hop core elements alive. Competition, battle rap, getting better. You niggas were insecure and you niggas were fearful. That's why the Block era ended. Everybody's so insecure and whiny. Get in the fucking booth and rap and prove yourself. Y'all wanted the Burger King crown and just broke it off into pieces and say, here, you get a piece, king. You get a piece, king. You get a piece, king. Get all that friendly shit the fuck out of here, bro. And I'm not even saying like y'all can't be friends, but when it's time to rap, it's time to rap. Who's gonna get it up and prove that they a fucking problem? Niggas did not want to do that. They did not want to do that. Motherfuckers is tucking their tail and crying behind the scenes. Like, why would you want to just send subliminals over records all day? And again, I'm blaming Drake and J. Cole for it. Because every single time something happened, it was all because of them. We got control because of the Jodeci freestyle with Drake and J. Cole. We got like that because of first person shooter, Drake and J. Cole. It's always them two motherfuckers. It's always them. It's always the two biracials. And for my cousins who are biracials, don't think I'm coming at y'all because that's not it. I'm just pointing out that it's just these two motherfuckers who don't know better. Like, that is so crazy to me that every time there's a war, it's because of fucking Drake and J. Cole. Every single time, bro. It's crazy. It's so wild. Hold on, let me go and check out some of these comments. I would say 09. I mean, yeah, it's around the same time. Y'all heard the cousin unapologetic. Smash the like button, please. I would definitely appreciate that if you would smash the like button and help the channel get into the algorithm. We got like 87 people in here, but only like less than 50 likes. Show your girl some love. I would appreciate that. Call me Wayne. Blog era was goated. SoundCloud rap ruined a lot of this. Too many people have access to record music who are not talented. Clout means more than the music. Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Because like I was saying, like, it's started out founding era, golden age era, East Coast, West Coast. Then we got commercial, mixtape, blog era, trap takeover, then the SoundCloud era. So yeah, where anybody was just uploading music at that point. I remember back in the day, there used to be like magazines, and on the back of the magazines, there would be like advertisements where you could like send your music to record labels, or you can write to record labels or something like that. Because of the blog era, you could just go on the computer and just say whatever the fuck you wanted to say and get your music out to people. The middleman, which was the label, was taken away at that point. And then because of the internet, you get SoundCloud, and everybody just pushing shit on SoundCloud. And if you got a little bit of popularity, that's all that mattered. Fuck if the music is even good or not. They did look like they were friends for real. Yeah, you could tell a lot of them did get along. They would have a lot of photo shoots together and shit like that. Like, there was some camaraderie. So Wale is not wrong in that aspect, but niggas didn't want to prove themselves. They didn't want to compete. Everybody wanted to be friendly while still saying they the best and they better than everybody else. Prove it. Why y'all so scared to prove it? That Piff, yeah, two dope boys. Yeah, man. That was a time. Wale sounds like somebody reminiscing on their high school days, bro. Everybody grown with kids now. Of course, you're not getting prick. Oh my God, you just made me drop my headphones. He does sound like he missed the old days, but I get what he's saying. But yeah, that time period is clipped. It's over, Wale. It is done for. Think the rap blog era was fun and it had certain charm, but you also missed the professional music videos back then. Filming was often fast and low budget, which gave it a raw and spontaneous feel. Yeah, you could just pull out a phone, pull out a random. I remember back then we used to literally be walking around with cameras, just taking pictures, videos, and just uploading them to MySpace or uploading them to YouTube. Everything was raw, no editing or really much editing at all. Everything was raw. And it felt more relatable. I think that's why people latched onto it. After Control, some people didn't get in their feelings and allegedly didn't want to work with Dot no more. I would not put it past niggas. I would not. And I'm pretty sure he didn't give a fuck because he wanted to smoke y'all on records anyway. Like that was his goal, to smoke y'all. J. Cole and him supposed to have a joint album. We all know that album didn't come out because you got smoked on every record. We know this. We know it. We know that's what happened. It is what it is. Yes, a lot of South rappers are like that, Moni. I almost forgot to hit the like button, but I got you. Appreciate you, cousin. Thank you for smashing that like button. I'm glad that Kendrick Lamar did the Control verse, Team Kendrick Lamar and Team Gemini. The Control verse was needed. Some regulation needed to be around this motherfucker. We needed some regulation because everybody was just too. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but everybody was too buddy, and nobody wanted to actually prove who was the best despite everybody screaming it. Exactly. Let's line it up all the time. I think the blog era rappers were more in their feelings than the other generations. The other generations, some of them had real street beef, so collabing was obviously not going to happen. And also, too, they understood what battling was. They came up battling on random street corners, on at lunch tables. Like that was the norm for them. So it wasn't nothing to go back and forth to see who's the best. They wanted to see who was the best person. They were saying it and they were proving it. And then too, a lot of them were in the streets. So they was dealing with some real shit. Like they wasn't thinking about rap beefs. And if they were even in the streets and beefing on over in the rap songs, it's because it came from the streets. Yes, they were definitely in their feelings. They wouldn't be able to do that if they was in the era with Jay-Z and Nas. Yeah, it's crazy. Drake honestly was the cancer for the block era. He to me has single-handedly ruined the block era in hip hop. I agree. I agree, but yeah, you already knew that. He was the main one pushing that. The thing with Drake is he was happy being at the forefront, but then when he started to see he might have a little bit of competition, he started moving shady and different. He started to panic, so to speak. He started to panic, but I don't see. But then he would panic, but he would also, you know, push his chest out because he knew who was behind him and he knew he had the resources and the buttons were being pushed for him. So he was overly cocky. He was overly cocky. He was very condescending almost when it came to other rappers, his peers. A lot of them he would low key belittle and try to sun when you really think about it. He would try to sun them and say, "Oh, I put you on. I did this. I did that." I guess. TDE Punch said it was the two light skinned ninjas that were in their film. It was always them. It never fails. I blame all of this shit on J. Cole and Drake. Honestly. The language was on the album. Nothing Was the Same, and Drake was celebrity dissing Kendrick on that song. Yep. Yep. It was the language. That was the first song that was on Wax where he actually dissed Kendrick outside of the Jodeci freestyle. Like I said, nothing was the same after that. That's the irony. Something happened on that tour. I'll bet my bottom dollar. I don't know if anything happened on that tour. I think maybe arguments were had, probably. People seeing how other people moved. Honestly, people saw probably that someone doesn't really write and do the shit that they claim that they do. Because even when you look at like the tour footage and stuff like that, the only time you really see Kendrick at the tour is like on stage. I don't know if y'all noticed that. Like you see footage of Drake and A$AP Rocky together, but you don't really see footage of Kendrick and Drake like behind the scenes with each other. And that's interesting to me. Kendrick was probably just showing up, doing his job, and leaving at that point. I don't know. I don't know if anything drastic happened on the tour, but that was the end of the collaborations. It's like the people who get upset at the straight A kid in class. It isn't her fault. Other folks are failing. Yeah. They blame him for everything. You feel me? That was the end of the blog era. That was the end of the blog era for me. Fear and insecurity. Niggas did not want to compete like they claimed they did. Wale needs to get his head out of the past and move forward. Wale is salty of Kendrick Lamar's success, and Wale is jealous that Kendrick is on the throne. I don't know what's up with Wale. After that Joe Budden clip happened, I don't know. They wanted to use their privilege. Somebody has to say it, Kehlani. Yeah. Most of them still did collabs though, didn't they? They just didn't want to with certain people. Yeah, a few of them still did collaborations with each other, but not as much as you would probably hoped, I guess you can say. Wale talks about how he doesn't really have a collab with Drake, but I think he has diced pineapples. I think, right? Dice. Isn't that their song together? Or is that Rick Ross song? Is Wale on that? Yeah. Oh, so it's Rick. That's Rick Ross song featuring Wale and Drake. So Wale was talking about how he and Drake doesn't specifically have a song together, but they're featured on a song, and I think that's the only one. I mean, shit, Wale, that don't matter now because what can a Drake feature do for you these days? Nothing really. Can't do nothing. Then J. Cole was really jealous of Kendrick. J. Cole tried to mask his jealousy. He tries to mask his jealousy. But it's pretty obvious that he felt the way once Kendrick decided to started to gain traction. Because Kendrick was supposed to a lot of them, they tried to little bro Kendrick consistently. And you still see that to this day where people try to little bro Kendrick. Like, I was doing this before you. And it's like, we don't give a fuck if you were doing it before him. What are you doing now? That's what matters. And I think for J. Cole, he saw Kendrick as a good artist, a good rapper, up and coming, and he wanted to attach himself to that. He wanted to sign him. But that would have been a horrible decision for Kendrick to sign with J. Cole. And I'm glad that he didn't. Because he probably wouldn't have a career. You go from being the big dog to now you're looking over your shoulder because you hear those size 7 shoes creeping up on you. Those size 7s are loud as fuck. The steps are getting closer and the steps are getting louder. And J. Cole, he started to feel some type of way about it. And he even said it. He said, Good Kid, Mad City dropped. And he was like, oh, fuck. Little man, really the big man. They couldn't understand. And what's funny to me is like every time he goes away, it gives y'all the opportunity to get the spotlight and to be better and to make something of yourself. And y'all never capitalize on it. Like, y'all try to use that one time he took a 5-year hiatus, which it wasn't really 5 years because in between that time, he did other things. But if we're just going to say between albums, 5 years, in that 5 years, none of you niggas really capitalized off of it besides Drake. And then even still, he wasn't really rewarded the way that he felt he should have been rewarded. Yeah, these niggas is crazy. Kendrick wasn't supposed to be bigger, according to Drake and J. Cole. He was the thorn in their side. Because who is this nigga coming and disrupting what it is that we got going on? And that MTV list was the first inkling of, oh shit, we in trouble. Oh shit, we got some actual competition. Kendrick can do everything both J. Cole and J. Cole and Drake can do. J. Cole can rap, but he can't make a hit to save his life. Drake could make a hit, but nobody really believes your pen. Then you have Kendrick, who can rap, who can make a hit in his sleep if he wanted to, and they're resentful of that. Drake and J. Cole were both subliminal sneak dissing song on Evil Ways all the time. I think the stuff that make it to the songs are tips of the iceberg. It's the industry BS that really fucks shit up. I can see that out as well. The politics behind the scenes, people playing chess, moving pieces, whispering, don't work with this person. If you don't work with this person, I'll do you this solid coming up, or to help you out instead. Yeah, there's a lot of that politics bullshit going on behind the scenes. Like we literally seen it. The clips, Pusha T fell victim to that, the politics. It's unfortunate. Folks got scared, folks were fearful, and they started playing dirty games. which is crazy. What's up, Keish? How's your day going? TDE Punch was saying the exact same thing. It was Drake and J. Cole, two sky skin ninjas and their feelings. If you literally go back and just listen, put the pieces together, and you remember how everything played out, it's always them two at the scene of the crime. Always them two. If Aubrey had a black mama, he would have never been in that blackface, though. I still don't understand how he thought that was okay. I don't understand how he thought that was cool. Shout out to the cousin CJ Kid, 1231, always showing up and supporting. Shout out to you for being the sponsor of this YouTube live stream so far. You already know. Hope your brother was able to get home today. North to Patterson, as always, Moni, stay healthy out there. Yes, he was able to get home. He's upstairs right now. I'm actually at his place. Gonna stay here the night with him to make sure that he's good. So, but shout out to you. Thank you so much for checking in. He's definitely good. But yeah. Smash the like button if you haven't already. I would really appreciate that, cousins. Thank you so much. Where was I? Music videos need to go back on TV. People don't take music videos serious anymore. Like the creativity. That's so funny you said that because I came across Little X's TikTok account. Apparently he has a TikTok account and he's given like history lessons on his old music videos that he used to shoot, Director X. And it was like it's just so nostalgic, like the nostalgia, it just made me feel good watching those videos. I'll probably share them in the Discord. So if you're not in the Discord, you should join the Discord. But a lot of the stuff that we used to value in music, obsolete, does not matter anymore. People don't put real effort into anything when it comes to the music these days. And it's because a lot of them didn't really want to be musicians. They didn't really want to be artists. They just took it up as a hobby because they're popular. And their friends or their subscribers said, hey, you should make music, and they just decided to make music. A lot of these people did not have the hunger, the drive. They didn't grow up wanting to be musicians. And I think that plays a big part that affects the music that we get, plus the lack of artist development. Everything is just all wrong. But there still are some of those people who are sneaking in and they're trying to get us back to the roots. Like a lot of the new artists today, they take a lot of time when it comes to their music videos. I was talking about this yesterday, but I have an interview that's coming out with Mark Lux. I was having trouble uploading it this morning. That's why it's not on the channel yet. But hopefully, after removing some shit around in my laptop, I'll be able to get it up by tomorrow at the latest. But he's an artist that you can tell he takes pride in his visuals and his music and all of that. And it's so rare. I'm a table of two. You can tell that they're heavily influenced by Kendrick Lamar, but they put a lot of effort in their music videos as well. And you see that coming back to the forefront. But yeah, music videos do need to go back on TV. MTV doesn't play any music videos anymore. I remember we used to wake up to music videos on MTV. Like you would go to sleep watching a show, and as you get ready for school, you can turn to MTV and they're playing your favorite songs at 7 a.m. You don't see that shit no more. They just playing ridiculousness on a loop for 72 hours. And then they give you a break. They'll play like an old episode of The Fresh Prince. And then ridiculousness is back on loop for another 72 hours. What are we doing? BET, I don't even know if BET plays music anymore. BET used to have a soul channel, I think, but I don't even know if music even comes on there anymore. If we want to watch music videos, we have to go to YouTube. I don't know. Shit crazy. Shit is crazy and shit is weird. Hey Jen, what's going on, cousin? Appreciate the donation. Thank you so much. W Jen in the chat. WCJ in the chat. Appreciate y'all for supporting the channel. What else we got? Hold on. Cause I be behind in the comments sometimes, y'all. So please forgive me. I'm just trying not to miss some of y'all's comments. I want to respond to y'all. So don't think I'm like skipping over your comment or anything. It's just that it be going. Squabbled up, Moni. Can I just say how beautiful you are? Absolutely stunning. Thank you, but you can't even see me. So how do you know? But thank you, cousin. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for the kind words. Yes, we got some merch available. Shout out to Kwani dropping the links in the chat. Appreciate you, twin. People really forget how much Drake was clowned on back when he was at his first few years. Clowned him as the soft rapper. Remember Marvin's Room? Yeah. And I think that was the shift in his career where he got tired of being labeled as soft. He didn't want to be labeled as soft anymore. He was, R&B, rap, crooning on songs, catering to women. And not that there's an issue with that, but in hip hop, that was not the norm. You were not supposed to be soft. If you were singing to women, you still had to be hard and macho, which that was Ja Rule. Because if you really think about it, Ja Rule did the same things that Drake did as far as rapping and singing and having the girl records, right? But Ja Rule was still hard and he was still tough and he was still rough. Niggas never called Ja Rule soft, ever. If they did, I missed it. I don't recall it. Could his complexion also play a part with Drake being called soft? Probably. But he also came from a good area. He grew up in the suburbs eating tuna fish bagels. He wasn't tough, so people picked on him and he didn't want to be picked on anymore. So instead of going on this R&B-esque hip hop melodic tour where his label and his team is telling him pick another R&B act, he's like, no, I'm gonna go to the projects, I'm gonna go to the hood, I'm gonna go to Compton, I'm gonna go to Harlem, and I'm gonna get the two hoodest niggas I could find that's out right now that's real good and they're coming up. So it looks like I put them on. And I'm gonna go with Kendrick and I'm gonna go with ASAP Rocky instead of getting an R&B artist. That's what the truth is. That's what the truth is. And it was easy, especially for Kendrick to be picked to go on the tour because of the connection between Lil Wayne and them. Drake was up under Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne was rocking heavy down in LA with the Bloods. So it was a no-brainer, really. It was a no-brainer. And I know a lot of people get stuck on, the poetic justice theory that goes around. Choose to believe what you want as far as like the ghostwriting goes and the possibility that there was an opportunity presented for someone to write for the other person. If you believe that, cool. If you don't believe that, cool. I'm not really gonna divulge in that, but it's not a secret that Kendrick was a ghostwriter for people. It's not a secret. I believe he even mentions it in an interview with Rob Markman, that he started off, or when he got on, he was ghostwriting for people. I think it's the To Pimp a Butterfly era when he talks about that to Rob Markman. But I don't know. But yeah, Drake was tired of being called soft. He didn't want to be called soft anymore. So he changed his image. And people started to realize, like, oh, what the fuck is this? What are you doing? Why are you acting tough? Why are you walking around in front of a mob of these so-called gangsters? Like, what is this about? This is not you. He started sticking his chest out because he wanted to change the narrative. Drake used to dress and sing like Ryan Leslie in the beginning. Shout out to Ryan Leslie. Ryan Leslie been through some shit, especially when it comes to Diddy. Ryan Leslie got his laptop stolen. He got his girl stolen. And we ain't really heard from him much. Justice for Ryan Leslie. J. Cole was cool before he was acting like Bob Marley. Not you said it's the hair. Cole the type of person, just like Drake, he has this stereotypical idea in his head of what he think a hood black dude is from a terrible neighborhood, and he projects that in his music. J. Cole also has this idea of what he think a certain type of rapper is supposed to look like, and he probably feels like, oh, I have to have locks, and they have to be dirty, and they have to look like they stink. J. Cole is the type of person to do that. There's a picture with Drake's arm around a not amused Kendrick. Yeah, I saw that picture. Kendrick looked like he's just standing there. After Drake tried to Little Bro died, the photo, Drake had his arm. Yeah. Probably felt Drake trying to little nigga him, amongst other things. Yeah. Drake has a thing for trying to little bro people. That's why I don't get the hate with Kendrick. He don't bother nobody. They want to hate on him for no reason. He really doesn't bother anybody. Yeah. Yeah. Wale talks about not knowing if Kendrick would be on Power Circle. It's possible he didn't know about the Drake feature either. Yeah. Whoever said Crit is who Wale thinks he is nailed it. That's crazy. J. Cole wanted to shelf Kendrick Lamar. That is the real reason why he wanted to sign Kendrick. Get him out of here. Veto every single song, every single feature, every single freestyle. He would have vetoed everything. You seen them new videos, the haircut, the body. Kendrick knows he's looking good. Look at you. Look at you. Drake comes across as jealous, bitter, and insecure when it comes to Kendrick's success, especially his acclaimed accolades. He mentioned the Grammys and a Pulitzer Prize in his diss tracks last year. Every time a rapper brings up Kendrick, they always bring up his accolades. They want the accolades for themselves. And for them, they can't fathom why he would get them. And it's like, do you not hear the material? But then again, it is Drake because he misconstrued what Auntie Auntie Diaries was. He misconstrued what Mother I Sober was. So it wouldn't be shocking if they're not really listening to the music. What? What's up, the guy? How's your day going? I wonder if Wale and them even decided to be friends for real with Dot. If he feels strongly about this, what steps did he take to mend the relationship? Show real effort. It would not surprise me if they pretended to be his friend. And then I know for sure they have a group chat where they just talk about this nigga. I'm almost positive they do. I'm almost positive of it. That would not shock me, gosh darn it. They probably think Kendrick is fake woke and is only embraced by the culture for being darker skinned. I mean, don't they have bars saying that in their songs where they call him fake woke? They saying the quiet part out loud, but just subliminally. A shout out to Tamia. If you hear his dot friends talk about him, they insist on how sincere he is and appreciate when people make an effort to be real with him. Yeah, they all talk highly of him. The whole time, these dudes wanted to make Kendrick the outcast and backhand compliment as the little brother, only for him to come out on top and doing way more than all his peers in the GOATs. Say that shit. Say that shit, Alexis. It's the truth. It is the truth. Let me go down because I think I'm so far behind. Man, do y'all remember when Hype Williams did everyone's music video? What an era, 96 to 04. He had some of the best music video. Yeah. Hype Williams, unreal. One of, if not the best. What's my favorite Hype Williams video? I don't know. What's my favorite Hype Williams video? I loved If I Rule the World. I used to love that video coming up as a kid. Didn't he do the belly intro? That's Hype Williams, right? The belly intro? I think so. I think that is him. Oh, that's a good one. Put your hands where my eyes can see. Fire. Busta Rhymes used to have some of the best videos. Busta Rhymes, Eminem, not Eminem, Missy Elliott used to have some of the best fucking music videos of all time. That's why I low-key think that joke Schoolboy Q said about J. Cole years ago maybe wasn't a joke for real, for real. He was probably dead ass. What'd he say? What did Q say? I don't remember. That's right. That part. Justice for Ja Rule, exactly. Ja Rule music still slaps and it will hard. I was literally just listening to the song with Vita and Little Mo. Put It On Me. A classic. Ja Rule should have stayed in that R&B lane for me. That's what worked best for him. Yeah. The difference too with Ja Rule and Drake is even though everyone believes he lost the battle, he still came back and had a hit record after the fact. It was with R. Kelly, unfortunately, but he still had a hit record. So he didn't just really die. He also had the New York record with Jadakiss and Fat Joe. So Ja Rule was still outside. Ja Rule's main issue in how 50 Cent was able to get away with shit is because of that Fed case he had. He basically had a gag order. So he couldn't really operate and move the way that he wanted to move during the battle. So 50 Cent benefited from that. And I get it. People don't really care. They don't want to say what it is, but that's the truth. People never call Bone Thugs off ever. What's up, cousin? How's your day going? What's going on? No one ever called Fonte or Joe Budden soft. They father Drake style of rap. Exactly. Never. People can relate to that music. You know? Oh, he's definitely soft still. Y'all ain't wrong. Yep. The no name beef really exposed Cole. Isn't that when he said that he don't read books? Like who? Why would you get on the internet and say you don't even read books just to get out of an argument? Oh, I don't really be reading books. That's crazy, J. Cole. What are you on about? When Drake said, "My blackest friends," what does that even mean? That I've never in my life referred to my black friend as my blackest friend. They're just my friend. And I don't even, my friends, I call them my family. Hip hop was really fun when R&B singers were number one. I was 7, almost 8 when You Remind Me of Usher video came out. I'll never forget that. Watch that list from 2001 to 2002 music video. Yeah. And black artists used to dominate the charts. We really did used to dominate the charts. Now it's just nothing but a bunch of white artists, and then you sprinkle in here and there 1 or 2 artists, and it's usually the same artist. Who did not invite to his grandmother's house, Wale or Cole? I think it was Cole. I don't know. Right. That intro is just legendary, though. Missy had the best videos. Any predictions for Project 3 agency? I actually uploaded a video this morning on it, where I talk about their direction with film. I think film has a lot to do with what they have going on right now. So if you get a chance, go check it out. I think it's like 8 minutes long. Busta and Missy and Luda had the crazy stuff happen. Ludacris videos were funny. I hate MTV didn't let Hype Williams have full control of the belly. Yeah. They do that. They do that. All of 50's enemies end up in prison. He not be fucked with. 50 is an interesting fella. For real. He's interesting because I still haven't watched the documentary, but Diddy sending him flowers was crazy. It's crazy because those are like funeral flowers that Diddy sent him. The joke. This was back when Q wore the bucket hats. Interviewer mentioned how they're both from Germany. Q said Cole seems like a sneaky evil German, especially with that little pointy ass goatee. Listen, it be some truth to the facts. It be some truth to the comments. Excuse me. That Irv Gotti Fed case is what ruined Murder Inc. They had some talent. Murder Inc. had hits on hits on hits on fucking hits. Murder Inc. was my childhood almost. Ashanti, Ja Rule, Charlie Baltimore was popping, Vita was getting her little shine. They were cooking. I heard MCV shutting down for good on December 31st, unfortunately. Would not shock me. Would not shock me. You see these entities buying up each other. I think I saw something with Netflix and Warner, I think. I don't know. It's crazy. If Project 3 puts out a concert doc, that would be the deluxe. That would be interesting. That'd be very interesting. I would. Do I want a concert doc? I think I want a documentary for the entire year or the since 2024. The ending of Mr. Morale tour up until now, basically. Nearly the last 2 years. I think that'll be interesting to watch. Yeah, so it was Netflix owned Warner. That's crazy. That's crazy. I think at this point, within the next 2 years, it's just gonna be Netflix, Disney, and that's it. Everything is gonna be owned by them too. Everything is going to shit. These companies, they run in music, TV, and music. Listen, everything is going in the dirt. Yep, another monopoly. Netflix buying WB for 75 billion. Many jobs will be lost. Like that's crazy. Who has 75 billion? Just have 75 billion dollars. Like how can people be that rich and then there's still world hunger and people are homeless and people are living paycheck to paycheck, fighting for their lives. Like I just can't make sense of it. That shouldn't be normal. These last 2 years has been an epic run. Honestly, a documentary won't be back. It's needed. It's definitely needed. Think that a Baby King project is coming very, very soon. I agree, Tiffany. I definitely agree Baby King is going to be outside very, very soon. I think I have another clip of Wale. Let's see.
It feels like that beef kind of to most people was like the end of the blog era run.
What beef?
Like the Drake and Kendrick beef. Like that was like the
Oh,
point of like whatever little camaraderie.
whatever nostalgia, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like, that was it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it ended earlier before that. I think maybe when everybody stopped like really like working, like everybody stopped like with each other. I think, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what the game does to you. You know, people's inner circle do that to you, and then life happens. You know what I'm saying? But once everybody stopped like really like rapping together, or maybe the numbers decided who's working together, I think it kind of ended right there.
When you look at the Seinfeld projects, you realize
Wale making points. I know he a crybaby, but points were being made for sure. Do y'all think hip hop will recover post beef? I feel like we're on the verge of a golden era, but everything's been so corporate. I do think hip hop will recover. I mean, we always do. Kind of, if you look at the history. It just unfortunately needs a cleansing. We need to go back to square one. And Kendrick said it, burn the bitch down to rebuild it back up at this point. And I feel like that's currently where we are. The people who were able to get away with just giving their fans anything, they're struggling and they're realizing they can't get away with that shit no more. People are dissecting their lyrics. They're paying attention to the production. They're not just taking anything anymore. They're not just buying music. They're not showing up to the concerts. A lot of these rappers can't even have tours. They can only do like club venues. And it's because people are not investing in them. And until they make that change, until they put out quality music of substance, even if it ain't filled with like substance, even if it's just some ass shaking shit, some fun party hookah shit, it still has to be good. It still has to make sense. You can't just mumble your way through this shit anymore. And I feel like a lot of them are realizing it and they're panicking. And good, you need to panic. Either fix it or go away. And I feel like a lot more of the people who actually care about this shit are getting the attention that they deserve. And it's probably going to take a little bit of time, but we got nothing but time at this point to get it back to the foundation and just not accepting anything. But we also need people, the critics, to consistently hold these artists responsible. Like, we harp on the blog era, but this new wave of, I guess, YouTube era, the people who are in this sector, they also need to be consistent because, like someone said earlier, I think it was Kehlani, there's a lot of people who claim they love hip hop, they love bars, they love real music, but a lot of the people, the big dogs, quote unquote, they didn't react to Wale's music. So we gotta get the phonies out of this side as well too. Everybody needs to be responsible, and everybody needs to stop just being grifters. But I think hip hop will recover post beef. I think we will be fine. It might take some time, but we'll get there eventually, where people are paying attention to people who actually care for the sport. I want a deluxe album and a documentary from the beef and entire Cheating X era. You want a lot, Wayne. You want a lot. Um, it would do numbers though. It would definitely do numbers. I mean, the Mr. Morale Torres concert documentary, if you want to call it that, was on Amazon, I believe. I wouldn't call it a documentary. It's just a concert. Unless I missed the documentary part, but it's just a concert. But it's so good. Beyonce is notorious for doing the documentary concert concept where you get footage of the concert, but you also get the makings, the behind the scenes, how she's doing, her going to visit different places, her childhood home and shit like that. Beyonce is notorious for that. Mr. Around the Big Steppers tour wasn't that. It was just a concert, but it was fucking phenomenal. It was phenomenal. I feel like Nicki Minaj really wants to make music with Kendrick. That shit can go out the window. Nobody's making music with Onika. Onika's ship has sailed as well. Her ship has sailed as well. Her time is pretty much up. I watched MacWap videos of his experience of the concert in Australia, and he is catching phase there. MacWap is crazy. He is so crazy. The other day, when he first got here, I was watching the vlog where he said they lost his luggage, and Keem was like he was wearing the same dirty underwear for 3 days. And then I saw another vlog where he said he was boxing niggas or something like that. And he was saying he had the footage. Like, they over there clowning for real. They are over there clowning. I want them to be safe, and have a good time, but they are over there wilding. I hate the term outside. Why? Why do you hate the term outside? What did outside do to you? I guess it depends on the context you use it in. I think it will recover. Artists need to make music that resonate with the people. Exactly. Wale is right, especially the numbers combo. Yeah, everyone has become so infatuated with numbers. Everybody became so infatuated with Billboard. And I get it. You want to sell, right? You want to be successful. Cool. Nothing wrong with that. But especially when it comes to hip hop, it has never been only about sales. The mainstream era highlighted that, yes, right? But that has never been the end all be all when it comes to who is great in hip hop. It's always been about your pen. Then how do you perform the song? How do you deliver the song? How does it connect with the people? You going out and touching. In hip hop, you made your money out in the street. You didn't have to really rely on Billboard charts to feel like you're successful. And the mainstream era introduced that, and then the block era shifted to that permanently. Niggas love championing the numbers. And when you do that, and that's the only thing you're known for, and then when you're not delivering anymore, now you're panicking. Now you're panicking and you're fucked at this point. Because now you can't even get a hit to save your life. You might debut at number 2 on the charts, but the next week you're falling off. You're free falling to the 35th slot. And then the following week you're not even on the chart anymore because your fans are doing overnight playlists. When it becomes that, we've lost the plot. Nobody's fans should be sleep playlisting your music. Like, do you enjoy the music? If you're gonna play it multiple times, at least you're playing it multiple times because you actually like it and you want to keep listening to it. Not you just putting it on a loop and walking away and turning the volume down. That's crazy. So Hot New Hip Hop just put up an article about the Game and Kendrick situation. So they are finally catching onto it. This shows you how irrelevant the game is because it took people 48 hours to realize you dissing Kendrick. That's so ridiculous. The game, just let it go. There's going to be an influx of these rappers on Love and Hip Hop, content creating, influence, and streaming. Yeah, you see that now, Mariani. You see a lot of them now are leaning into the streaming era. You got Ice Spice streaming. You got Tyga streaming, Ray J streaming, Lizzo streaming. Why the hell are y'all streaming? Why are y'all not in the studio and writing music instead? I wish I would log into the internet and see Beyonce streaming. I would be so pissed. Because what are you doing? What are you fucking doing? At most, I think the only thing artists or rappers should have is like an Instagram and maybe a TikTok to do like little fun stuff. You should not be streaming. And if you are streaming, that just shows me you're down bad at this point as a rapper. Like you have all this free time. Y'all should not be having so much free time when you could be in the studio making music or touring. I don't know. Does that sound crazy? If it does, I don't care, but that's It makes sense to me. I do not want to log in and see Kendrick on Twitch. I don't want to see that. Leave that to the actual streamers. He said he wasn't going to say because the videos would resurface, but I think it's just some Aussie people. I think it's not that serious. He was being comedic about it. Yeah, they had went out, I think, to like a small event where there was like underground rapping, and I think that's where it happened at. Documentary takes you through the process, behind the scenes, etc. If Kendrick wants to give us this, PG Lane can give us that. Yeah, Project PG Lane would give us that, but PG Lane and Project, I think that's where the confusion lies. People think Project 3 is just um an agency that's providing resources to other people. Like I said in my video, if you haven't watched it, I kind of break all of that down. That Project 3 has also has production credits on all of Kendrick Lamar's most recent music videos. The Pop Out, Not Like Us, Luther, Squabble Up, all the way dating back to 2022 when they put out The Heart Part 5. Project 3 also has credits on Baby Keem's music as well. So when people are like, oh, why do y'all think it's going to be a music video? That Project 3 has nothing to do with that. It's because they have previous production credits on Kendrick's music before that, well, music videos. So it's not really far-fetched. I do think Project 3 is going to be a resource hub for other entities to pitch ideas and all of that shit, but it's not far-fetched that Project 3 would be in association with PG Lane. Yeah, I don't want a Nicki Minaj and Kendrick collab, especially after Nicki. That's never going to happen. They want to say Dot killed hip hop, but no one is saying why none of Drake's collabs are having difficulties with at this time. People just like to say things. If he killed hip hop, so what? Good. It needed to be killed. Thank you for killing it, Kendrick. It needed to be killed because y'all were getting a little bit too beside yourselves. Yes, absolutely kill it. Right? I remember Dochi's streamer, her album, that made sense. She had her friends and producers there, so it was fun. Exactly. Like, if you're gonna do streaming stuff, do stuff like that in regards to your music. I don't want you sitting on stream and doing what I do and talking about trending topics and shit in my spare time after I done came home from work. That's not what you should be doing. You should not be talking about trending topics. If you're gonna stream, you should be doing things in relation to your music. That's what the focus should be. You up here talking about, oh, this person said, what? Log off, please. We got people that do that. You don't need to do that. When their mother is W, it takes some real work to overcome the learned victimhood and self-centeredness. Yeah, you ain't wrong. People are going where the money is. It's in streaming and not the music industry. You're right. You are so right. You are so right. You're not wrong. It's unfortunate, but I don't want to see my favorite rapper or my favorite singer on a stream talking about a bunch of BS. I don't. I only want to see you when it's in regards to your music. That's it. That's it. Moni, I am 100% sure Kendrick knows about you. Yeah, he's familiar. Um, he's familiar. That's all I'll say. um, But yeah, cousins, that's all I had. I just wanted to talk to y'all about this Wale situation, see how y'all felt, if y'all agree with him or not, about what really caused the destruction or the end of the blog era. Like I said, in my opinion, I believe the blog era truly, they were friends during that era. There was real camaraderie, but as everyone began to move on and um things started to get real and people started to puff their chest out and say, "Oh, I'm the best, I'm this, that," when competition was actually laid on the table, a lot of people ducked their tails and a lot of people became sensitive and a lot of people became fearful when it was time for them to actually prove themselves. They thought they could just say they were the king and we were just supposed to agree with that. Just like J. Cole wants us to believe he's a part of the big three, we're just supposed to believe that. You're not going to gaslight me. And a lot of them were doing gaslighting back then. We're telling us, oh, they were the king, they were the best. And once competition happened, when people were presented the opportunity to prove themselves, they were offended. They were upset. So a lot of a big reason the blog era came to an end was just because of a lot of fear and a lot of jealousy. And once people have fear and once people are jealous, they no longer want to be besties. They don't no longer want to be in magazines with each other. They don't want to have the collaborations anymore. They would just rather focus on themselves and their brand. And there's nothing wrong with that, but we're here today. We're here today. But y'all, I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. I'm about to try to re-upload this Mark Lux interview so I can at least have it out by tomorrow at the latest. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. If anything else comes up, I'll probably pop back on here tonight and chill with y'all. If y'all want me to. You can let me know in the comments or in the Discord. But enjoy the rest of y'all day. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all be safe. Hit the like button on your way out. And I'll talk to y'all later.
Hey cousin, who you chillin' with?
I'm chilling with MONIE.
Hey cousin, who you chillin' with?
I'm chilling with MONIE.
Hey cousin, who you chillin' with?
I'm chilling with MONIE.
Hey cousin, who you chillin' with?
I'm chilling with MONIE.
Hey cousin, who you chillin' with?
I'm chilling with MONIE.
Hey cousin, who you chillin' with?
I'm chilling with MONIE.
Hey cousin, who you chillin' with?
I'm chilling.